This is Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And in this particular video, I want to call out Representative Stupack from Michigan as being a coward. Early last year, he stood up with a small group of other representatives and stood fast that there should be no federal money used for abortions. And we applauded him for that, not because we're pro-life or not because we're against pro-choice, but because constitutionally it defies our freedom of religion. And so we backed him up. We understood where he was going, we thought. But most recently, in the big fight for health care, he bailed. In special behind closed doors meetings with the White House, he finally gave it up and he decided not to fight the fight. What he took instead of having a law that prevents federal money from going towards abortions, what he did was he got an executive order, which in all meaning is meaningless. It's ridiculous. It can be rescinded any time. But this isn't even the worst of it. The worst of it is that now, after he did that, he is not going to stand up and be counted. He is going to bail out. And so who's going to be watching? He's supposed to be the guy who got the president made the promise to him. So if he's gone, who's watching the shop? Who's going to force the issue if the president decides to rescind that order? He bailed. Okay, so he's going to get some pressure from the Tea Party. Okay, it's going to be a tough battle for him. But if he didn't plan on having that battle in the first place, then he should have kept out of the fight around the health care debate and federally funded abortions. And here's the question that I really have. What job's he going to? You've got to ask yourself that question. Somebody doesn't just resign from Congress or decide not to run. Where's he going? What's his plan? I wouldn't be surprised if the White House hasn't promised him an ambassadorship or some other key position for his backing of the health care bill and his stepping aside and not fighting the fight any longer. And you got to ask yourself, is this the way we want our government run? On favors, behind closed doors agreements and handshakes for personal, that's right, for personal gain, not for the good of us, the American citizens. He should be ashamed of himself.